Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, boxing 24. Good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good on this side as always. God is great. God is good, and I can't complain. So, in this corner, boxing 24, 24-hour boxing news. I got the right name, the right platform, and I tell the truth on this channel. I don't make things up just to get views and get likes and get favor. I tell what I know and what I read and what I hear. And if there's any false things, it came from the what I read or what I heard. Okay, but I don't just make up a narrative just to get views and likes, just to make a video. This is serious for me. It's a passion for me. I love boxing, always have, and I always will. So I want to talk tonight about the league sparring session between Devin Haney, who's the undisputed lightweight champion at 135, and Hector Luis Garcia, who is also a champion at 130. He beat Little B-Hop, Chris Colbert, and then he beat Roger Gutierrez for the belt, and now he's fighting Tank in Washington, D.C. on January 7th, Capital One Arena. So Devin Haney was asked what he thought Hector Luis Garcia's chances was against Tank in that fight. And Devin Haney responded by saying that Hector Luis Garcia was easy work. Easy work meaning he dominated him. He said he had to put him out of the camp because he couldn't keep up. Now I saw the sparring session. I do see moments where Hector Luis Garcia looked like he was not really too, I don't know if he wasn't into it or he just couldn't get off or he was just lackadaisical or maybe Devin Haney had him thinking too much because I only saw 2 minutes and some change of it. So in order for me to really know, I would have to see more. But I also saw moments where he hit Devin Haney and made him miss. And then I saw moments where Devin Haney hit him and made him miss. And he might have had the better moments. And the percentage of the video that I saw, which was like 2 minutes and maybe 45 seconds. I don't know if that's enough to gauge to say what he can do with Tank or not. Sparring is not 100% like a fight. It's a degree of it. It's similarities. You do have on headgear and extra protective gear, protecting your private area, of course. But mainly, the headgear protects you from taking some headshots and taking some damage, so that you don't risk an injury going into the fight, the real fight. But again, I don't know if it's enough to really say what would happen when he fights Tank. If Tank is going to run through him like he did Santa Cruz and Barrios and even Raleigh Romero, I don't know. We got to see. I just know that they need to have a good game plan. And if their game plan is not surrounded by defense, and that's not their main agenda, they're going to have a short night. Because you're not going to beat Tank if you're not defensive. You're not going to beat Tank if you don't have a jab, good footwork, and be able to move around that ring. You got to have all three, but defense has to be number one because he got power coming from, the left hand. He's a southpaw, but he got that right hand too. He throws overhands. He throws nice hooks with that right. He got a jab. He got good footwork, great combinations. Like he throws it all. So I mean, they got to have defense number one on the agenda. Hector Luis Garcia responded to Devin Haney by saying, "Thanks for showing me how easy it was for me to dominate. Thanks for showing how easy it was for me to dominate you." Basically, responding to the leaked video. He said, "You still can't crack nothing. You still can't even crack an egg or a wet paper bag. Go lift some weights." So he's basically coming at Haney saying, "Listen, you can't punch. You ain't got no power. You ain't never hurt me. You really never did anything. You can't crack an egg or a wet paper bag." Go get your man strength up. Go lift some weights. Go do something because you ain't really got it now. Listen, Haney got power. He may not have no explosive power like Tank or Boots, but he got power. Okay, he got 15 knockouts in 29 fights. That's not a bad ratio. That's basically half of his fights he got a knockout. And he's still grown, bro. He's 23, 24. He hasn't even reached his strength level yet, really, right? So I'm sure he got more to show. And, what if he stops Lomachenko in the next fight? I'm sure he's going to get some stoppages before his career is over, a few more. Depending on how long he fights, I'm sure he's going to even it out a little bit and get more stoppages because he's going to still be growing into his strength. So I'm not going to say he can't crack. He just don't have that one punch power or that explosive power like Boots and Tank and other fighters. That's all. It is what it is. But he got a great ass jab. He got great boxing skills. He got defense. He got footwork. He got ring IQ. He got a whole lot going for him. He beat George Kambosos back to back. And the second fight was even easier. He beat Jojo Diaz, who was game. He beat Jorge Linares. He got a better resume, man, than a lot of people want to give him credit for. And if you ain't got him on your pound for pound list, man, then you shouldn't even have one. He's an undisputed champion. Just like Jamel Charlo is undisputed, and he's not on a lot of people's list. But again, that's just ridiculous. You just hating. So again, we're gonna see how this goes with Hector Luis Garcia and Tank. But right now, Haney and Garcia's got their little back and forth going. Depending on how he does with Tank, maybe he get a shot at Haney. I mean, if he don't beat Tank, I doubt it. So the back and forth is really going to be for nothing. But say he beats Tank, he definitely could get a shot at Devin Haney, and then they could settle it in the ring, right? That's how boxing goes, man. Styles make fights, so we don't really know exactly what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, but we do know that Hector Garcia is not no walkover, and I don't see him getting knocked out in the first couple of rounds or first few rounds. I think it's going to go some time, and he's going to have to really make some mistakes and not have capitalized on some things in order for Tank to get him. And I think Tank and his trainer know that. So we're going to see how the fight goes. All right? Looking forward to it. January 7th again, Capital One Arena in D.C. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this Corner Boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Everybody be safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace.